Okay, spar gear. So this is the most basic type of gears, pinaka-simple i-manufacture. The teeth are cut parallel to the shaft axis. So parallel yung pagka-cut ng teeth. And if one gear has infinite diameter, ang tawag doon, rack and pinion arrangement. Okay, so ito yung pinaka-simpleng type of gears. Ito yung may pinakamadaming pwedeng itanong. So focus tayo talaga sa spar gear. Okay, simula tayo sa parts ng spar gear. So again, napaliwanag na natin yung circular pitch. So that is the distance from this point, ito, hanggang sa next point na to. So circular pitch. Now, dito yung tinatawag na tooth thickness. So yung kapal na to, from this point hanggang dito is called tooth thickness. And then meron ditong maliit na clearance. So meron ditong ngipin na magme-mesh. Okay, ng ating gear. Then yung small clearance dito is called the backlash. And then this is the width of space. Yung space na ito. Okay, next. You have this clearance. So pag may nag-mesh na gear dito, so hindi siya sagad sa ilalim. So may maliit na clearance dito. So that is simply called C or clearance. And then yung circle na yan, this is called the clearance circle. Okay. Then you have the addendum. So dito na yung mga possible question, addendum. So nasan ba yung addendum? Ang addendum is nasa top land. Kaya ito yung pinakataas, top land. Hanggang dun sa ating peak circle. So from top land hanggang peak circle, that is called addendum. Okay. And of course, ang tawag dun sa bilog na yan, yung nasa top land is addendum circle. Next is dedendum. So ang dedendum, ang sukatan niya is from the peak circle hanggang sa pinakababa or called the bottom land. So peak circle hanggang pinakababa is called dedendum. So yung circle na nasa baba is called dedendum circle. Next is the hull depth. Okay, so pag sinabi natin hull depth, yung total na lalim. So dulo-dulo from top land hanggang bottom land, that is hull depth. And also we have the working depth. So sinabing working depth, that is from the top land hanggang dito lang sa clearance kasi hindi naman isasagad yung next gear na magme-mesh. So from top land hanggang dito sa clearance is called the working depth. And then you have the face width. Then yung part na to, this is called flank. So ito yung basic parts ng gear. So most likely dyan yung mga possible itanong sa atin, addendum, dedendum, hull depth, working depth. So isa-isa natin yung mga formula. So maging pamilyar, dapat kabisado natin yan. And then with that, madali na yung mga formula it will follow. Okay? By the way, gaano pala kahaba itong part na to? Okay, so this is addendum, from top land hanggang peak circle, addendum. Okay, so from peak circle hanggang pinakababa, dedendum. How about this part? Now, kung titingnan nyo yung logic, kapag may gear na nag-mesh dito, so this is peak circle hanggang top land nung isa pang gear na magme-mesh. Kasi kung merong gear dito mamaya. So, peak circle hanggang top land nung isang ating gear, extra gear na magme-mesh, parang ito lang din yan. So basically, yung part na to is also addendum. So from here hanggang clearance, addendum din yan. Ay para mag-mesh sila. And yung pinakamahalaga, pag tinanong tayo ng addendum is equivalent sa module. Equal silang dalawa. Okay? Next. So bigyan natin mga formula. So una nating isolve is yung clearance. Okay, para ma-solve yung clearance, dapat alam muna natin yung pressure angle. Sasabihin yun sa problem. Okay, so basically, you have pressure angle ng 14.5 or 22.5. Same formula sila. Ang formula ng clearance doon is pi over 20 ng module. Okay, another pressure angle na pwede ibigay is 20 degrees pressure angle or 22.5. Ang formula naman ng clearance doon is 1/4 ng module. So once magbigay ng module, automatically makukuha yung clearance. Pag nagbigay ng diametral pitch, PD, okay, reciprocal ng PD, module, then automatic makuha mo rin yung clearance. Okay, so yan yung mga formula. Now, addendum is obviously equivalent sa module. Ang dedendum, tingnan nyo, i-observe nyo na lang. Okay, this is dedendum. Kung gusto ko makuha yung sukat, this is addendum plus clearance, obviously. Pag gusto ko makuha yung whole depth, so ito yung whole depth, so from here hanggang dito, so observation, addendum plus dedendum. So madali yung mga formula na yan, basta malinaw yung drawing. Para sa working depth naman, so this is our working depth. So by observation, addendum to, tapos addendum din yan. So ang working depth, 2A. Pwede rin naman 2M, kung sakaling module is given. Or, para mabilis, pwede mo rin makuha yung working depth using whole depth. Bawasan mo na lang ng clearance kasi working depth din yan. So, whole depth minus clearance. Next. Okay, how about yung tooth thickness? Assuming na walang backlash. So, kung walang backlash, wala yung clearance dito, this is a circular pitch. Tooth thickness yun nandito, from here hanggang dito, tooth thickness yan. So, ibig sabihin from here hanggang dito, tooth thickness din, kung walang backlash. So, basically, para makuha yung tooth thickness, ay yung circular pitch, divide nyo lang ng 2. Okay, di-divide lang ng 2. Circular pitch, divide ng 2. Ang formula ng circular pitch, pi module. How about pag i-consider natin yung backlash? So, kung i-consider natin yung backlash, may maliit na clearance dito. So, ang mangyayari, may tooth thickness ka dito, okay, with backlash. Meron kang tooth thickness dito with backlash, tapos ito yung maliit na clearance. Pag inad mo lahat yung tatlo na yan, that is circular pitch. So, circular pitch is dalawang tooth thickness with backlash plus yung backlash mismo. So, mathematically speaking, ang tooth thickness with backlash is this, PC minus D over 2. So, transpose lang tapos dinivide ng 2. Next. Paano mo kayo yung backlash? So, napakaliit lang nito. So, that is 0.035 ng module. So, formula dependent yan. Para naman sa space of width, okay, by observation, that is tooth thickness plus backlash para makuha nyo yung S. So, kung sakaling walang backlash, yung space width equals sa tooth thickness. Kung sakaling wala nito. Next, para naman sa base pitch, that is PC, circular pitch, cosine the pressure angle. So, hindi nakikita ito sa ating drawing, pero this is the formula. Okay. Next. Now, pansinin natin yung mga diameter. So, this is called the diameter or pitch diameter. Okay. And then, you have yung pinakamalaking bilog, the addendum circle. Yung pinakamaliit na bilog, that is called the dedendum circle. So, you have the inner diameter, pinakamaliit na diameter, and then you have the outer diameter. So, paano makuha yung outer at inner diameter? So, ang ibibigay sa atin, pitch diameter. So, pag meron kang pitch diameter, by observation, nakukuha din yung inner at outer diameter. So, let's start with outer diameter. Ang outer diameter is this. Alam natin na yung sukat from the pitch circle hanggang pinakataas is addendum. And then, this is also addendum. So, kung given yung pitch diameter, para makuha yung outer diameter, i-add mo lang dalawang addendum. So, kailangan lang ng observation. So, meron tayong outer diameter sa pinion. So, gamitin mo diameter ng pinion. Meron tayong outer diameter ng gear. So, this is diameter ng gear plus dalawang addendum. Now, same logic para naman sa inner diameter or root diameter. So, yung pinakamaliit na diameter. So, kung given yung pitch diameter, ang gawin mo lang, so this is the inner diameter. So, merong sukat ito. This is from the pitch circle hanggang sa bottom land. Dedendum yun. And then, sa kabila, dedendum din. So, para makuha yung inner diameter, ang gagawin lang, obviously, yung pitch diameter ng gear, subtract mo lang yung dalawang dedendum kasi mas maliit yung inner diameter. So, diameter minus 2d. So, meron tayong inner diameter ng pinion and then you have inner diameter ng gear. So, madali lang to i-derive oras tong malinaw yung ating principles. Next. Okay, this is the last part, the spark gear load analysis. So, sa spark gear, meron tayong tatlong force na pwedeng tanungin. The tangential force or the transmitted load, the radial force or the separating load, and then the resultant. Okay? Pinaka-normal. Okay, so ang una nating nasa-solve parate is the force tangential. So, paano nakukuha yung force tangential? Kinukuha yun parati sa power. Alam natin yung formula ng power. Tn over factor. Ang formula ng torque, force times radius. So, ito yung tinuturo na formula sa atin parate. Tn over factor. So, yung formula ng torque, force times radius. Now, pag meron ka ng force tangential, nasa-solve na lahat. Basta tatandaan lang yung triangle na to. Okay, so tandaan yung triangle na to. Andito si Ft, andito si Fr, and then andito yung resultant. So you can use tangent. So tangent pressure angle is opposite Fr adjacent Ft. So tandaan yung triangle. You can use Pythagorean theorem para makuha niyo yung resultant. Kasi this is the hypotenuse. Okay, Ft. Okay, so this is the hypotenuse, square root ng Ft squared plus Fr squared. And then you can also use cosine. So ibig sabihin ng cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse. So titingnan yung triangle, ang adjacent yung tangential force, ang hypotenuse yung resultant, Fn. So again, this is Fn, resultant. So madali lang yung mga forces. Okay, magsisimula yan sa power. Okay, gamit yung power, makukuha yung tangential force. Pag merong tangential force, makukuha yung Fr. Pag nakuha na yung Fr, makukuha na rin yung Fn. So, basically, these are the formula. So, try natin mag-solve ng problem solving. Okay, problem number 1. Two shafts are connected by spar gears. The pitch radii of gears A and B are 100 mm and 500 mm respectively. If shaft A makes 800 revolutions per minute and it is subjected to a resisting torque of 113 Newton meter, what should be the torque in shaft B? So basically, you have two shafts na connected by spar gear, tapos nagbigay ng revolution between shaft A and B, tinatanong yung torque developed dun sa B. Isolate natin given and analyze. So spar gear, radius A, radius B, torque sa A. Tinatanong torque sa B. Now try to imagine yung setup. So you have two gears na magbabanggaan. According sa law ni Newton, you remember yung third law ni Newton, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So meaning to say, kung ano yung force dun sa A, dapat yun din yung mararanasan ng force dun sa B every time nagbabanggaan sila. So force should be constant. So ito yung working solution. Force is constant. Now, remember yung formula ng torque? Ang formula ng torque is force multiplied sa radius. So mathematically speaking, ang formula ng force is torque over radius. Since this is constant, so pwedeng force ni A equal sa force ni B. Constant. So paano nakukuha yung force ni A? Torque sa A, i-divide mo ng radius ni A. Para makuha yung force sa B, torque ni B, i-divide sa radius ni B. So everything is given. Given lahat. Ang nawawala lang, torque sa B. So direct substitution sa calculus. So we have, ilagay natin dito, torque sa A is 113 Newton meter, while ang radius sa A is 100 millimeter. Equivalent sa, naman tayo sa second part, torque sa B, ito yung main question natin, yung nawawala, torque sa B, over radius sa B na 500 millimeter. Cancel out na yung unit. And then, ang torque na B masasolve. So, one unknown, one equation. So, let's use our calcu. We have 113 over 100. Equivalent yan sa torque sa B, which is unknown, over 500. So, shift solve, makuha natin yung torque. So, ang torque natin should be 565 na ang unit, Newton meter. So, simple question. So, tandaan yung concept na yan. Kasi ito yung main question dito, yung force sa kabilang shaft. Apply nyo lang yung third law ni Newton. Again, this is problem number 1. Okay, problem number 2. Find the tooth thickness on the tooth circle of a 20-degree full depth involute tooth having a circular pitch of 1.25 inch and the hole depth is 0.75 inches. So simply ang tinatanong to, tooth thickness. So we already give the formula sa tooth thickness, and para simple yung solution natin, pwede natin i-assume na wala itong backlash. So pag walang backlash, ang tooth thickness is simply PC over 2. Okay? Ang circular pitch is already given. Okay? So i-divide mo lang yan ng 2, makuha na natin yung tooth thickness. Okay? Substitution. So you have tooth thickness is equivalent sa PC. Ang PC natin, circular pitch, 1.25 inches over 2. Okay, kaya lang if you notice ang choices natin naka-millimeter, so conversion lang kulang. So i-convert natin yung inches papuntang millimeter. Okay, so we have 1 inch that is equivalent sa 25.4 millimeter. So cancel out yung inches and hence makukuha na natin in millimeter. So using Calcu, we have 1.25 over 2. Okay, and then this is our converting factor, 25.4. So ang answer in terms of millimeter should be, plus SD para maging decimal, 15.875. Okay, we always choose the best answer. Obviously, ang pinakamalapit na tamang sagot should be 16 mm. Okay, so that's it. Answer is letter D. Okay, tandaan ang formula, then papansinin yung mga units. This is problem number 2. Okay, problem number 3. A pair of gear pinion of 45 teeth and 15 teeth, respectively, has a center distance of 40 cm. Okay, the addendum is 0.725 over P, which is the pitch, and the dedendum is 1 over P. The gear pressure angle is 20 degrees. Compute the diametral pitch in teeth per centimeter. So, ang tinatanong dito is PD. Okay, so isolate natin yung mga given. So, you have 45. Ito yung teeth ng gear, madami. You have 15. Ito yung teeth ng pinion, kukonti. And then you have the center distance. So, pwede na yan. Okay, itong tatlo lang yung isolate natin. Ang tinatanong PD. Okay, isolate natin yung given. Okay, spar gear, teeth ng gear, teeth ng pinion, center distance. Okay, if you remember, binigay ko yung formula nung center distance, yung derived formula, and using the derived formula na ito, okay, masasagutan natin easily. Say you have the center, a teeth ng pinion, teeth ng gear, and then ito yung nawawala yung PD. So with this, formula dependent lang pala, direct substitution. Substitute natin, you have 40 cm. A is equivalent sa A, ang teeth ng pinion is 15 plus ang teeth ng gear is 45. Okay, ang unit is teeth. Okay, all over 2, tapos yung nawawala, yung main requirement, diametral pitch. Okay, so one unknown, one equation. Okay, kung titingnan nyo yung unit, this is centimeter. Okay, centimeter, tapos ito teeth. So pag sinolve nyo yung PD, teeth per centimeter. Okay, so calculator na lang yan. So you have 40. Okay, equivalent sa 15 plus 45 all over twice nung PD. So, hindi natin alam yung PD. So, represent ko siya as variable x. So, one unknown, one equation. Shift solve, makukuha natin yung PD. So, mathematically speaking, ang ating PD is equivalent sa 0.75. 0.75. Ang unit is teeth per centimeter. Okay, that's it. So, kabisaduhin yung formula na to. Napakahalaga, very useful. With this, easily nasasolve natin yung mga ganyang klaseng tanong. Again, this is problem number 2. Okay, problem number 4. A pinion and gear set are carefully cut in a 20-degree full depth design. The 16-teeth steel pinion and the 72-teeth cast iron gear transmit 50 kilowatts of power. When the pinion turns 1,400 RPM, the face width is 90 mm and the module is 8 mm. Find the center distance between the gear and the pinion. So, ang requirement natin dito, center distance. Now, hindi lahat ng given is useful. So, ang daming given dito, 20 degree, full depth, 50 kilowatts of power, face width 90 mm, and yung rotational speed na 1,400 RPM. So, yung mga yan, hindi naman magagamit. Ang magagamit lang natin dito is yung number ng ngipin. So, teeth ng gear ng pinion, 16. Teeth ng gear, 72 teeth. And yung module is useful, 8 mm. So, yan lang gamitin natin plus the derived formula kanina. I isolate. So, you have this, spar gear, tinatanong, center distance. Remember yung derived formula natin ng center distance, that is teeth ng pinion plus teeth ng gear over twice ni PD. Yung PD natin kanina, given. Ngayon hindi. Since hindi given yung PD, tas nagbigay ng module, pwede naman palitan. So we know na directly proportional lang sila. So ang PD or diametral pitch, pwede siya palitan ng 1 over module. So once i-adjust mo yung formula, tapos na yung problem. Given na lahat. So teeth ng pinion, teeth ng gear, ang PD, 1 over module. So simply direct substitution na. So center distance is equivalent sa teeth ng pinion, that is 16, plus teeth ng gear, 72. This is ngipin, number ng ngipin, over twice ng module. So 1 over module. So this is module 8. Now, ang unit niyan, kahit di sabihin, that is millimeter or 1 or teeth per millimeter. So this is teeth per millimeter. So, magka-cancel out na to. Okay. Then, makuha na natin yung sagot. So, final answer is in terms of millimeter. Calculator na lang. So, we have 16 plus 72 all over 2. Ang PD natin, 1 over module. So, 1 over module. Consistent units, makukuha natin yung center distance. So, ang center distance should be 352 mm. So, this is problem number 4. Again, formula dependent. Next. Okay, problem number 5. A gear set having a gear ratio of 3 is to be used at a center distance of 16 inches. If the gear has 80 teeth, what must be the circular pitch? So, ang given natin tatlo, you have a gear ratio of 3. So, this is greater than 1. So, meaning, pag gumawa tayo ng ratio mamaya, malaki over maliit, center distance is 16 inches, and yung teeth ng gear is 80 teeth. Simple ang tinatanong circular pitch. So, isolate natin yung given. So, you have spar gear. Gear ratio is 3. Center distance, 16 inches. Okay, ang teeth ng gear is 80. Okay, required PC. So, still, ang working formula natin is yung derived formula kanina. Ang center distance is teeth ng pinion plus teeth ng gear over twice PD. Now, analyze natin. Ang ibig sabihin ng gear ratio na 3, okay, greater than 1 yan, in terms of ngipin, malaking ngipin over maliit na ngipin. So, in terms of number of ngipin. So, this must be gear, this must be pinion. So, mathematically speaking, gamit yung formula na to, okay, pwede nating sabihin na ang teeth ng pinion is equivalent sa gear ratio multiply sa teeth ng, okay, or rather, teeth ng gear. Okay. So, teeth ng gear is equivalent sa gear ratio multiply ng teeth ng pinion. So, meron na tayong malalagay dito sa part na to. A teeth ng gear is given. A center distance given. And then, dito na tayo mag-a-adjust pa yung PD. Gusto natin makuha PC. Eh, alam natin yung relationship ng dalawa. Eh, PC, PD, pi. Okay, so PC, PD, pi. Every time multiply mo yung PC sa PD, equivalent sa pi. So, from here, mathematically speaking, pwede natin sabihin na yung PD is equivalent sa pi over PC. So, may malalagay na rin tayo dito. So, hence, direct substitution na lang yan, makuha na natin yung sagot. So, center distance is 16 inches. So, lagay na natin yung ating mga data. 16 inches. Okay, ang tinatanong pala is millimeter. So, converting factor na lang. So, multiply natin to conversion. A 1 inch. Okay, this is equivalent sa 25.4 millimeter. Okay. So, cancel out natin yung inches. Equivalent sa, okay, ang teeth ng pinion, pwede isulat ang, okay, gear ratio times teeth ng pinion. Palitan pala natin to. Ang teeth ng pinion, i-adjust ko lang. Yun yung kailangan natin adjust. Okay, mathematically speaking, ang teeth ng pinion is teeth ng gear over gear ratio. So, ito yung ilagay natin dito. Ang teeth ng pinion is teeth ng gear 80, divide natin ng 3. So, mas konti kasi yung sa pinion. Divide. Plus, 8 teeth ng gear 80, 8 twice nung PD. Okay, ang PD natin, pwedeng i-rewrite na pi over PC. So, ito yung main question. So, pi over PC. Okay, so this is one unknown, one equation. So, basically, a consistent unit yan. So, ito, teeth. Okay, ang unit ng PC is millimeter per teeth. So, this is teeth per millimeter. So, very consistent yan. Okay, shift solve na lang. Makuha na natin yung PC. Okay, so you have 16. Conversion factor yung 25.4. Equivalent yan sa, okay, ang teeth ng pinion is teeth ng gear divide ng gear ratio plus 80 all over twice a pi over the unknown. And this is one unknown, one equation. Shift solve. Makukuha na natin yung circular pitch. So, ang circular pitch is equivalent sa 23.9 millimeter. We always choose the best answer. Best answer is 23.6 mm. So, this is a useful formula. Pansinin yung mga units, of course, para makuha yung tamang sagot. Again, this is problem number 5. Okay, problem number 6. A spar pinion rotates at 600 RPM and transmits 35 kilowatts to a mating gear. The pitch diameter of the pinion is 100 millimeter and the pressure angle is 20 degrees. Determine the tangential load. So, meron tayong power produced. You have the diameter ng pinion. So of course, this must be the speed of the pinion, yung rotational speed. And then tinatanong tangential load. So pinaliwanag natin na yung force tangential, laging nakukuha yun sa power. So formula ng power, Tn over factor. So ang formula natin ng torque, okay, is simply force multiply sa radius. So formula ng torque is force multiply sa radius. So again, yung force dito is the tangential force. And then yung radius na gamitin natin, radius ng pinion. So paano ba nakukuha yung radius ng pinion? Diameter ng pinion over 2. Since pinion yung ilalagay ko dito, speed pa rin dapat to ng pinion. Okay? Now, how about yung factor natin? This is SI, kilowatts. Again, ang factor sa SI is 9549000. So nabigay na natin yung mga yan. Direct substitution na lang yan. Okay, so power is 35 kilowatts. So hindi na ako maglalagay ng units kasi meron tayong converting factor dito na 9549000. So hindi kailangan ng units dyan. Unit analysis. Ang kailangan yung tama lang. Okay, Newton to, tapos millimeter ito. So force tangential, yan yung nawawala. So this is force tangential. Okay. Yung diameter ng pinion is 100. I-divide ko ng 2. Get the radius. Okay, yung speed ng pinion natin is 600. Okay, ang conversion natin is 9549000. So, nawawala yung force tangential, 1 unknown, 1 equation. Pwede na yan sa shift solve. So, you have 35. Okay, this is unknown. A radius, so 100 over 2. A rotational speed, 600 over 9549000. Okay, so this is 1 unknown, 1 equation. Shift solve, makuha natin yung tangential force. So, mathematically speaking, ang tangential force is equivalent sa 11,140.5 Newton. Okay, choose the best answer. Pinakamalapit, obviously, letter B. Okay. Kabisado yun yung formula, direct substitution.